Hello and welcome to a chest, tricep, and ab routine for the Bowflex Xceed XTREME and PR 3000. This routine is part of the Bowflex 100X program designed to get you stronger and fitter and feeling good on this machine in just 100 minutes a week. And again, today's routine is going to be kind of a push day hitting our chest and our triceps, and then we're also going to be doing some core work in here as well. Through the middle set of pulleys for this entire routine, right now I've got mine in the second widest pulley position. If you find that gives you any sort of shoulder pain or discomfort or something, doing it out this wide, bring it in one clip. You can bring it in to the second narrowest position if you like. I'm also going to be using the short handles for this routine, and the short handles are going to let you, get a little bit more stretch, get a little bit more resistance early on in your lifts. So I'll start out with the short handles, but I will be switching over to the long handles for two of the exercises where we're going to be doing a torso twist, and we're also going to do a cross tricep extension using the Bowflex handles, so keep these handy. Our final exercise in this routine is going to be a seated crunch, and if your Bowflex came with one of these ab harnesses and you don't get to use it a lot, you can grab this one and do that seated crunch with this ab harness, or you can just use the normal handles like I will be doing here today. So final thing I would recommend is printing out this free PDF that's linked in the description. It's got a space where you can write down your resistance setting and the number of reps you did in this routine today. And then when you come back to this routine in the future, you'll know what resistance to start out with. And you can also see the number of reps you did before and work on raising those numbers up, and that's how you're going to get stronger. So free PDF linked in the description. If you want to purchase the program, that'll be linked in the description as well, or you can join the channel as a member over on Patreon. And I think that's it. So patrons and everything, I really appreciate all that support as always. Appreciate you for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed the routine. Make sure you hit that like button, and we're going to go ahead and get into that warm up now. All right, hope we're doing well out there. Let's get this thing going with some jogging in place. Alternatively, you could do some jumping jacks, high knees, body weight squats, whatever you want to do to get the body warm. And while we're doing this, let's talk about today's lift. So first up, we're starting things out with a good old chest press on this machine. After that, we're going to drop the seat and go into a decline press. And then from there, we're going to raise the seat back up for a final chest exercise in a chest fly. Now after that, we're going to switch back and forth from our triceps to our abs, going back and forth, starting things off with a cross tricep extension. And for that, we're going to use the longer handles. After that then, keeping the long handles hooked up, we're going to do some torso twistos. And we're going to put the short handles back on to finish out this routine with some tricep kickbacks. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up with a seated crunch. Okay, so let's start wrapping up this jog here. We're going to go into some full head rotations. So just loosen up our neck here. Full spins here in one direction. Now let's change it, go the other way. A couple more. And then we're going to move into just some torso twist, hands out in front of you, just spin side to side. We're just loosening up our torso. Couple more side to side here. And now some bent arm circles. So make a W here, and we're just rolling our arms in one direction for about 10 or 15 seconds. Then we're going to switch it up. All right, let's go the other way here. We're loosening up our chest, our shoulders, and our back kind of all in this motion here. Now we're going to go into some arm swings into an arm pull here. Pull it across the body or above your head. Hold it for a few. 3, 2, and 1. Let's swing it again and pull. 3, 2, and 1. Couple more swings and a pull. And last one here, final pull. And then we're gonna go into some YTWs from here. So you know how this is, we're gonna reach it up nice and high as high as you can go, hands together out in front, tap them, out as wide as they go, tap them, and then make a W, hold that squeeze, and then tap them together. Okay, let's go Y up nice and high, together, T out wide, together, and a W, together. Let's keep it going here, Y, together, T, together, and a W, and together. Last one here, Y, T, and a W. Last 20 seconds here, do whatever you need to do today. I'm gonna do some finger pulls, loosen up my forearms, loosen up my fingers for a nice grip. And then we're gonna be racking up our resistance here in just a moment. So with chest press, I always like starting down just a little bit of weight, and then we're gonna be working our way up as we go into sets number 2 and 3. So I'm gonna be racking up 210 on both sides to get started here. So let's add that resistance. Again, we got the short handles. I've got mine in the second widest pulley position here. You can bring it in one if you got a little bit more narrow shoulders, or if you have any pain in your shoulder area, if you get that while doing chest press. Okay, so I got my 210 all racked up, and again, we'll be adjusting that as we go here. Hopefully this first set you can knock out at least 10 reps here if you're doing the normal 10 reps per set. I'm actually gonna be doing 12 on this first one. Again, I'm trying to just continue that warm up here before we really bump that weight setting up. So, seat in the highest position here. And for me, I like having my hands over the handles as I do chest press here. So I'm gonna just grab this, and then we're gonna be just driving that weight out and away from us. Exhale as you press out. Let's get ready to go here. Here we go, press it out. That's 1. 2. I want you exhaling as you press out. That's 3. 4, 5, control that weight nice and slow. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going 12 here, 11, and 12. Okay, so we got that first set in. Let's write it down, and then I'm gonna be bumping my weight up. I'm adding about 30 pounds here. And this is what I expect to be doing, kind of as the peak weight for the rest of this routine. We'll be dropping it after we get through chest press, but let's talk about where we're at right now. So I got 240, and that's on each side, but you know, we're all at our own levels here, and keeping that weight setting recorded down, that's gonna help you know what to be racking up next time you go into this routine. All right, 10 seconds, let's get in position. Let's press your back firmly up against the backrest here. All right, 10 reps here. Exhale as you press out, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. My my bands back here are like strumming with every single set. I don't know what's going on here. I always kind of wonder if that stuff comes through on the mic. Let's see if I can get this straightened out here. Okay. One more set of chest press to go. Before we move into that decline press. Okay, we got 5 seconds. Let's get in position and ready to go. All right, let's lock in, team. Exhale as we press out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay, here we go. Decline press is up next. So for this, I'm going to be dropping the seat down one position here. That's just going to help me get an angle where I can go down a little bit more. I'm also going to drop my weight setting down back to where I started, kind of for that warm-up set. So I'm going down to 210 on each side. So about a 15% reduction here. Okay, for this one, I definitely like having my hands over the handles because we are going to be pressing down kind of towards our thighs, towards our mixed section with every rep here. Okay, 3 seconds. Let's get in position and press it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's stay loose. Keep adjusting that weight if you need to. Also, if you need to bring it in a bit, you can do that as well. I definitely feel a little bit more kind of in the shoulders, that stretch as I go back when I'm doing decline. Keep in mind though, if you bring the weight in, you're probably going to experience a little bit of a decrease in resistance. There's also space on that PDF where you can write down the pulley position you have, as well as kind of my recommended position for everything. Okay, 10 seconds, no, 5 seconds. Okay, let's go. 2, 1, and press it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice, okay. One more set of these and then we're gonna move into chest fly. It's a good thing because I don't think I can do much more pressing. These first 2 sets have been tough for me. Okay, last set of a pressing motion here. So let's get locked in. Big exhales every press here. Slow retractions. Here we go, 2, 1, and press it down. And slowly retract. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 2 more. 9. And 10. Nice. Okay. We're going to be now raising the seat back up. Bring in your pulleys to the widest position. And also, I'm going to be dropping my weight here down to about 150 pounds on each side. So I'm doing about a 25, maybe 30% reduction in weight here. As we go into these chest flies. So we only got 2 sets of these. We're going to be reaching out nice and far here. Now, key thing to remember is you don't necessarily need to tap these handles in front of you. Just get them in control out in front of you. And we want to take a nice slow retraction as we control the weight. So bring it together here and slowly lower. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. All right, final set of chest work coming up, and then we're going to be making a couple changes. We're going to use the short, or we're going to switch it to the long handle. We're going to bring them in 1 clip, and we're going to be dropping the weight after this set. So if your chest is feeling exhausted, just give it 1 more set here. Make this thing count. Okay, 10 seconds. Here we go, bring it together and slowly retract. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so moving into our cross tricep extension, we have a few adjustments we're going to make. I'm going to bring each side in 1 position, and I'm going to also drop or switch my my handle. So I've got the longer handle hooked up, and I'm also going to drop my weight setting. So I'm going from 150 pounds on each side down to 80. So I'm basically halving the weight here. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit of time where you can, you know, recover just a little bit here before we go into this next exercise. So again, bringing both sides in by 1 clip, long handles, and halved my weight. Okay, so cross tricep extension. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be up against the backrest here, and we're gonna be reaching across our body. Some people I found like dropping the weight or the bench down 1 position. I like keeping it up here And I'm gonna take this handle here and put my hand right through it so you can kind of see I've got, you know, this back part against the back of my hand. And then I kind of point my elbow up and across my body here. And I'm gonna extend this out all the way, hold it for a second, and slowly retract it. So we're gonna extend it out and slowly retract. That's 1, 2. Now if you find that cable rubbing up against your shoulder, 3. Try to point your elbow up more. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna have a short rest interval here because we're just switching sides. After this one on the other side, we're gonna have a little bit longer of a rest interval. So let's get in position here. And we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Extend it out. There we go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. Okay, 40 seconds of rest here so we can record our weight on both sides and get right back at it. I'm gonna try adjusting my weight here a little bit. I could do a little more. I'm gonna try doing 100 pounds on each side. We're gonna see how this goes. And let's get ready, get in position here. Also, again, if you found that, you know, the cable is rubbing against your shoulder, drop the seat 1 position. All right, here we go. Extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we got that short rest interval coming up here. All right, time is up. Final set of this cross tricep extension. Extend it out, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay, we're moving into torso twist. I'm gonna be keeping the 100 pounds racked up. You might wanna bump up the weight setting just a bit, you know. We're all at our own levels, like I always say, and you know, find the weight setting that's gonna be good for you here. So for torso twist, I'm gonna be, again, still have the long handles. I'm gonna put my outer arm through the handle here, and then I'm gonna plant my feet here so I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit at an angle with the machine here. And then I'm gonna be tracing, or I'm gonna be watching the handle as I twist this across my body here. You wanna be really focusing on your midsection where all of this engagement is happening, not in your arms, not in your shoulders. Should feel kind of like you're holding your breath a little bit. And we're gonna twist and slowly retract. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay, we have kind of a shorter rest interval here. We're just going to be switching sides and running it back. Okay, again, we're going to have that nice open stance, looking across the machine here. And we're going to be twisting and slowly retracting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're keeping those rest intervals short. We're getting right back in position. 5 seconds. And twist. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Okay, we're just going to be switching sides. Now after this, we're putting the short handles right back on, but let's knock out these twists. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, twist, and slowly retract. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm going to be keeping my weight setting the same, moving into those tricep kickbacks. I'm just switching out my handles here. Back to the short ones. And this is going to be like what we did for the other tricep exercise, where we do one side, short rest interval, other side, and then we're going to have a little bit longer rest interval. I think it's about 45 seconds on that second one. So as we do these tricep extensions, a couple things on the technique. What I like to do is I like to have one leg up on the seat here, and then my forearm up against this backrest. And I end up just putting my head against my forearm. And then what I do is I'm gonna have my elbow kind of cocked back here. And what I want to do is this is my starting position, and then extend, and that'll be my ending position. Here we go, just a second or two late, that's 1. And we're trying to keep our elbow right in the middle of this circle that we're rotating around. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, another thing to keep in mind too is you don't need to go all the way back here. You only need to go kind of like maybe a little bit past this 90-degree mark and then start the next rep. Other side, here we go. Extend it out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, a little longer rest. Okay, we got one more tricep exercise on both sides, and then we're going to take these pulleys, move them up to this top position here, finishing these things out with a seated crunch. We got one more set of this though before we get into that. One more set on each side, that is. Here we go, extend it back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other arm. All right, 5 seconds. Extend it back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so from here we're just going to be moving this weight up to this, I call this the M5 pulley. Middle, and then I say the narrowest is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up at the top. And for my weight setting, I'm gonna add just a 30-pound power rod here. So going from 100 to 130. And now we're gonna be doing some seated crunches here. I actually like having this seat down 1, I think. And we're gonna grab these handles, and then we're gonna put them at about shoulder width or shoulder height, back firmly against the backrest. And then we're just gonna bring these elbows down towards our thighs into a crunch. So bring them down, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My legs are coming off of the ground as I do this. That's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm actually gonna try this up 1 here and see how this goes. And you know, if this is your first time doing the routine, I'd encourage you to, you know, feel this out and take a note on which feels better to you. If you like the seat in the top position, or if you like dropping it 1. So as we do these crunches, again, it's okay if your legs kind of come up and off of the ground. I don't like planting them on the ground. I feel some discomfort in my knees when I do that. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Let's crunch it down, and that's 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I definitely like it better from this higher seat. That's what my notes told me to do, but I just didn't trust it. So the reason I like this better is when you're doing a crunch, you really, you're trying to flex your abs, and to do that, you're bringing in kind of, you're twisting, like you're rotating your pelvis a bit, and then you're trying to bring your shoulders in closer towards your thighs. And for that, you end up arching your back like this, right? And so you should get a good squeeze in here. And at the lower position, I just like don't have enough length to do that. And I could probably do it with just the normal handles, but with the short handles, I definitely prefer the higher seat. Anyways, let's go here. 2, 1, crunch it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're moving into that final set. And as we go into this, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my Patreon and Ko-Fi members, especially the elite ones here who have their name up in the credits. But all the support I receive through those membership programs, really appreciate that. It helps make producing these routines sustainable for me, and for supporting. You get access to all the workout programs, workout journal, and all sorts of good stuff. So check that out if you want to show a little love and support the channel. All right, 10 seconds. Hands in position here. Final set of these crunches. Crunch it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, awesome job on finishing this routine. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more work here, I've got another routine up on the screen here. That's gonna be from this middle set of pulleys, gonna continue hitting those triceps and then also your biceps as well. So check that out if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge. You're not ready to call it quits today, but for those that are wrapping it up here, don't forget to remove your power rods from tension and wrap them up. So as always, thank you for joining me, and I want you to be good to yourself, be good to others, and thanks for watching.